Every lock around here has a different key. Nope. 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 I give up. Let's change it. As you saw, today we're going to be replacing a deadbolt. We're going to talk about what it takes to take it out, what it takes to put a new one in, as well as, if you saw the beginning of the video, if you have too many keys, the one we're going to be replacing this with is a smart key lock, so we can change it over so that every lock is keyed to the exact same key. We're going to make a short on that after we're done with this, so check back so you can see how to do that. So first thing first is, normally you'd have screws in the plunger plate here, but they're missing. Screws in the strike plate on the door jamb, and then screws on the back side of the locking mechanism right here. We're going to take all these screws out, and then we're going to get started. Next, the screws in the back of the locking mechanism. When you're doing this, you're going to want to put your hand around and hold it, because this side's going to want to kind of fall off. These screws are long. It's going to take a little while longer than you probably think if you've never done this before. All right, once you got the screws out, pull the two pieces apart like so. And you take your hand in here and pop out the plunger. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but in reverse with the new Lockset. All right, I recommend following the instructions, but on every one of these, it says up. That's the part that goes up. So when you're sliding it into the door, the word up would be on the top. When you put it in there, look, you want this square right here to be in the center of the hole, basically. If it's not, it might mean that your door is not cut to 2 5/8, which is the standard size, which means you would turn this and put it back in there, and then it would be at the right depth. But that won't work for mine because it'll be too far sticking out. So we're going to put it back to the standard. Make sure we have up, up. We're going to put that in there. And we're going to put 2 screws that hold this in. Next, we're going to have the 3 pieces of the lock, 4 pieces really. The lock cylinder, the trim kit, and the security plate. And they go together just like so. And they go on the outside of the door. So this has a shape like a bell. That hole has a shape like a bell. So you slide it in there the direction that it fits, just like so. You want to turn it so that the key slot is down on the lock. On the back side of the door, the exact same thing. Bell goes on the bell on the rod that we put through. You're going to have to extend the lock out like so to get the screws to start, and I recommend starting the screws by hand. You might even have to take the plate off to make sure that you can line them up. And once you get them started, just tighten them up. Don't over tighten. Tighten them until they're snug, and then make sure you still have a smooth action, because you can over tighten them, like so. And then this sticks. You want it to be snug, but not over tight, so that you have a smooth action. Like so. All right. Once we've done that, we're gonna get the new strike plate. We're gonna put it on there. Now, this house, we're fortunate that someone's already made these marks here where it lines up. So I'm gonna verify that the plunger from the new lock lines up with those marks. Fortunate or unfortunate, I didn't do that. Now I gotta paint that. So I'm gonna put the plunger out. See that it comes right in between those two marks. And now I'll know where the strike plate goes. I don't recommend doing that. They did that with a pen. I guess you could do it with a pencil and get away with it. If you plan on cleaning it right away, probably a chalk pen would be the way to go, or a chalk pencil. That way you can wipe it right off with soap and water. Then from here, we're gonna line up the square of the strike plate, the catch of the plate with those two marks. We're gonna assume that the door shut correctly before, so we're gonna put the screws back in the same hole because it lines up. All right. After that, we're gonna make sure everything functions as it's supposed to, including the bottom lock. You might not think you need to check that, but anytime you're working on a door, you wanna make sure that the bottom lock is still functioning, even though you only mess with the deadbolt. Look at that, just like butter. The deadbolt goes right in, right out. Safe and secure. That's another video brought to you by Your Home Made Easy. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more. Thanks.